Okay, so this is part 3 of our UV mapping of our polygon objects. Okay, so here we are where we left off. So I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna add him to our layers menu, like how we did for the other ones, because I want things organized. Again, this one over here, create a new layer and assign selected objects. Click that while making sure your object is selected. Then it made a new one, layer 01. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to highlight it, delete the name. I'm going to write down middle polygon. I'm just going to name middle polygon. Hit save, and I'm going to hide it. Okay. Now let's turn everything back on. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I just shift selected everything just so you can see the checkerboard. And remember, where's my checkerboard? Huh? Why can't I see my 6? 7? 6 should show my checkerboard. Whatever. Alright, so here's our objects, and you know, the rest of them have perfectly clean square checkerboards, which is what you want. The square checkerboards, okay? But this one, as you can see, is skewed and stretched out. So let's fix this one. I'm going to hide my short polygon, my middle polygon, and just make sure this one is showing. And like I said before, here is our original UV layout. I'm going to right click on one of my edges, hit and select face. So we are activating the face mode of our components, and we selected everything. So there it is. Okay, just to show you, this is the original UV map that it came from the original box. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is let go of that. I'm gonna go to object mode, which means basically you hover over the object, right click on it, and go to object mode. Okay, again, right click on it, object mode. Then make sure you're under modeling, go to UV and automatic, click on that, and there you go. And it set up our UV maps for us, nice and clean. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn on everything else. So here's our objects, and if you look over here, the reason why you see so many lines going on, for example, if I go to textures and then uncheck the checker map, you'll see that I have a lot of lines. But the reason why is because I selected everything at one time. So here's this one, here's this one, and here's this one. And again, we're under the panel specifically for UV mapping. And if you forgot, it's under panels, panel, and you have your choices. For example, UV editor, or you can go to any of these other ones. You know, for example, if you were under front, and then let's say you go to perspective, panel, UV editor, which I showed before, but just in case. And to show our checkers, again, our checkerboard, checker map. Okay. It's weird, but usually if I press 6 in my viewport, everything should have my checkerboard. But for right now, only way I can see my checkerboard is if I have everything selected, which is really strange, and I hit F to frame everything in focus. Okay, so here's our UV map. Okay, so I'll briefly explain other reason why having UV map is important. Later on, when you do more advanced shaders, for example, bump maps, which you'll learn about hopefully later. Other types of maps, which are related to adding other special attributes to your shader, which I'll explain shaders in a later tutorial. UV maps are critical to UV maps are critical for designing your shaders, okay, which I'll explain later, but for now it's too much for you guys to understand. But at least for now, we have set up basic UV maps for later on down the line. Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of this lesson.